Alright everybody, welcome back to another edition here of Monday Night Raw. How are y'all doing? My name is Dominic behind the commentary table, and we are live and sold out in St. Louis, Missouri for what is set to be one hell of an edition of Monday Night Raw. And not to just immediately jump into plug time, but of course NXT will be hosting a St. Louis resident on that episode of NXT. It's going to be Randy Orton going in to the black and gold brand. Wonder what that's going to be all about. However, before we get to that, we have Monday Night Raw, which, like I mentioned, it's set to be one exciting and action-packed go-home show for No Mercy. And we're kicking it off with AJ Styles versus Dolph Ziggler, a rematch from last week. So, here's the story of this match going into it. Last week, AJ Styles went one-on-one against Dolph Ziggler to kick off the show. However, before that match, AJ was assaulted by Tommaso Ciampa, the man he will be facing against this Sunday at No Mercy. That's right, Sunday, as opposed to the usual Saturday events. More on that later. But before that happens, AJ is looking to get revenge for his loss against Dolph here tonight, and hopefully Tommaso Ciampa isn't around to ruin what could be a potentially show-stealing matchup. However, it seems as though before that happens, the Phenomenal One, he's in the ring, he's got something to say. And apparently AJ Styles is looking to defeat Tommaso Ciampa at No Mercy, showing that the hero always wins in every feel-good story. However, tonight he's looking to get a win over this man, Dolph Ziggler. Of course, I mentioned before, the man who defeated him last week very handily, very quickly as well, with a super kick out of nowhere, taking the head practically off of AJ Styles' shoulders. Right now, Dolph Ziggler, however, he's going to have to be thinking about how to implement that super kick once again to get another victory. Or will AJ Styles get a victory here tonight after losing not once but twice last week to this man and to Brock Lesnar later on down the line? Now, I mentioned last week, I wasn't entirely sure why the hell he would do that. Go up against a man like Brock Lesnar after not only being assaulted by Tommaso Ciampa, after not only being in a match against Dolph Ziggler, and not only after being in a brawl backstage with said Tommaso Ciampa. I don't know why AJ Styles decided to do that. However, right now, it seems as though he's looking to show the world that he gets back up. He can take as much punishment as he can. He doesn't just take it and then lie down afterwards. He wants a fight, and right now he's getting it from Dolph Ziggler right there in the middle of the ring. As the DDT connects, dropping him forehead first onto the mat. As now Ziggler, he's not done now. Oh, and he connects with the back suplex there. Beautifully executed there. The amateur wrestling background of Dolph Ziggler, of course, not to be taken lightly. However, you don't see that in amateur wrestling. You see that in pro wrestling, where it's all about how hard you can hit and how good you are at the graps. And right now, Dolph Ziggler is also looking to put on a show. He calls himself the Show Off as he talks a bit of smack to AJ Styles. As Styles goes up to the top after a forearm to the face. He connects, jumps off the top turnbuckle, and then into a clothesline there, leaping into the air before leaping into the air again with a pitch-perfect dropkick. Both men have... Oh! Well, I was going to say that both men have incredibly amazing dropkicks, and Dolph Ziggler just put his on display before dropping him down with the backwards DDT. AJ Styles looked to pick him up, but Dolph Ziggler decided, nah. Oh! The only man picking me up is myself, as he just flies into the air and then drops hard with that elbow drop. As now the strikes connect by Ziggler, the punches, the elbows, as he connects over and over again. And there you see Dolph Ziggler launching himself over the top rope with AJ Styles. And Dolph Ziggler, now he's feeling real good about himself. And oh, come on. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Really? No. Oh, and he connects. Oh, and then there you just heard it. The bell has been rung, and Tommaso Ciampa just lays out AJ Styles. Come on, really? Really? Was that really necessary? Tommaso Ciampa just decided, you know what? Let's just ruin this matchup. Let's add some more punishment before our match this Sunday at No Mercy. Now, of course, No Mercy is going to be taking place Sunday, February 16th at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. You don't want to miss it. Okay, I know that we're having a bit of a change from the typical Saturday time slot. However, nonetheless, it should be a good show. Nonetheless, just like tonight is set to be a good show. We got SHAYNA BASZLER taking on Dakota Kai later on in the evening. Of course, both women competing against each other a few weeks ago. SHAYNA BASZLER losing, shockingly losing to Dakota Kai. And BASZLER wants her revenge before going into that Raw Women's title match. And speaking of Tommaso Ciampa, that disgusting human being who just decides to ruin everything that could remotely be fun, Tommaso Ciampa, he's set to fight against Seth Rollins, the #1 contender for the Universal Championship. The man is going to be fighting in an Iron Man match. He's going to have to show what he can do in the ring. He's going to have to show his dangerousness. He's going to have to show his resilientness. He's going to have to show that he can have a whole bunch of endurance going into that match with Ciampa, just to show that he can truly handle the rigorous stipulation of an Iron Man match. However, right now, this is some tag team action. We got Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish taking on Kalisto and Rey Mysterio. Okay, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, they are looking to get a huge momentum boost here tonight with a victory heading into their Raw Tag Team Championship match at No Mercy. Of course, they are the challengers to the War Raiders, an incredibly dangerous tag team group. However, don't count out these two men. Okay, even though the War Raiders, they have the power and the speed in Hanson and Rowe. Don't count out what these two men can do with their technical background, absolutely unlimited. Okay, unmatched. Perhaps compared to the War Raiders might be unskilled when looking at their opponents in a technical wrestling game. However, we're talking about this matchup right now with the Undisputed Era taking on Kalisto and Rey Mysterio. Now, if this match feels a bit familiar, that's because we saw something similar a few weeks ago involving the Undisputed Era. It was Adam Cole and Roderick Strong taking on Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara. However, let me assure you, this will be an entirely different experience. Kyle and Fish are much more technical and ground-based when compared to the high-impact offense of Adam Cole and Roderick Strong. Not only that, but Kalisto is also a different cat entirely. Sin Cara, while much more comfortable in the air, is still considered the more technical and powerful of the Lucha Dragons. So tonight, this will be an incredibly interesting tag team matchup. Very different to what we saw a few weeks ago with these two other members of the Undisputed Era taking on Rey Mysterio and the other member of KALISTO and Sin Cara's Lucha Dragons. As there you see Sin Cara, of course, alongside KALISTO. Both men not really looking too good in terms of their win-loss record. Okay, last week KALISTO and Sin Cara seemed to have gained some tension between them after Sin Cara took the pin from the War Raiders. Of course, the Raw Tag Team Champions, the War Raiders. Of course, it was the Lucha Dragons taking on the War Raiders. Sin Cara took the pin, and KALISTO, he walked into the ring. He was visibly angry. He was visibly frustrated at the fact that they took the loss. And tonight, KALISTO and Sin Cara might not be feeling too good in terms of tag team action with one another. So that's why tonight, KALISTO wants his shot to team with the absolutely legendary Rey Mysterio. Now, Rey Mysterio, of course, a few weeks ago, you know, kind of doubting himself when facing off against the members of this next generation. Okay, this top-tier talent, like Bobby Fish, like Kyle O'Reilly, like Adam Cole, like Roderick Strong, like the Undisputed Era, like pretty much most of the roster, like Finn Balor, like the Club. And right now, Rey Mysterio, he wants to get a big win alongside KALISTO. And if he continues the offense like that elbow to the back of the head, well, then he's going to be garnering a victory for his team right now. As now Bobby Fish grabs him. Oh my god, but then a vicious headbutt there. Okay, the skulls colliding as Rey Mysterio drops down Bobby Fish with a Hurricane Run. And oh my god, immediately out of the gate, launching himself over the top rope. Okay, Rey Mysterio not giving Bobby Fish any room to breathe. Okay, as soon as he hits the Hurricane Rana, Bobby Fish tries to roll out of the ring. Rey Mysterio says, nuh-uh. Okay, I'm not going to let you breathe in the slides. Not going to let you get your bearings as a goddamn horrible looking dropkick right to the back of the skull connects. 2. No, and only a 2 count there. Okay, the dropkick connecting. That did not look too good for Bobby Fish. As Fish, gets met with a kick to the thigh as Rey Mysterio once again with the advantage, the strike advantage right now on display. Okay, he's got the speed. However, he does hit pretty hard for a little guy as Bobby Fish fires back with a shot of his own with that forearm strike and now makes the tag, and here we go. Okay, the incredibly interesting and unique offense of Fish and O'Reilly on display. The hard kick combination before dropping him down in the cover. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count there. Okay, the strikes connect by O'Reilly and Fish, following up with that suplex. And now here we go, back to the vicious strikes by O'Reilly right to the chest of Rey Mysterio, as Mysterio doesn't look too good. Okay, he gets that knee right to the head as Rey goes to grab him. Oh god, but he gets countered there by Kyle O'Reilly. As now Rey Mysterio, meets him there with that punch to the stomach. But Kyle O'Reilly now decides to fire back, and there we go, sprinting into it. Okay, the forearm shot connecting on the living legend Rey Mysterio, who is not looking too good. Okay, bounces off the turnbuckle, but then he fires back with that vicious forearm strike. You know, speaking of forearm strikes, Kyle O'Reilly fires back with the strike again. Okay, he's very technical in the ring. However, do not discount the hard-hitting offense of Kyle O'Reilly, as he's showing it here tonight. He's putting it on display as Rey Mysterio now makes the hot tag, and here we go with the running drop kick there by KALISTO and Kyle O'Reilly. Okay, a lot of K's in this one. However, something tells me that Kyle O'Reilly is not going to feel very okay after that one. Oh my god! Dropping him there. Okay, grabbing the armpit and the neck of Kyle O'Reilly before hitting him with that enziguri. Okay, KALISTO is on fire right now. Rey Mysterio on the outside, and there you see Fish and O'Reilly on the outside as well. They're not looking too good right now, and KALISTO, okay, showing off that impressive agility Okay, with the standing backflip, however, it doesn't matter what you do to the crowd. It matters what you can do in that ring and how dangerous you can be, as right now, Kalisto shows that he can be very dangerous. Oh, God. As Kyle O'Reilly once again gets caught. Okay, he goes for the super kick and he gets caught. However, Bobby Fish, there you see, realizes the danger in the situation. And now here we go. Fish immediately out of the gate with the strikes. Immediately walks into the ring. And the vicious strikes there, saving Kyle O'Reilly. However, Kalisto trying to stop that hot tag momentum that one typically gets when they get tagged into the match, or when they tag themselves into the match. As now you just saw the tag of the foot of Kalisto hitting right to the temple of Bobby Fish. It was not looking good. Okay, Sin Cara watching on as Kalisto, however, gets met with a few strikes. However, it seems as though it's a back and forth now between these two men. As, oh, Kalisto, he's got him into a cover here. 1, 2, 3. Hey. What? Whoa. I did not expect that. Oh, okay. Well, Kalisto, out of nowhere, rolling up Bobby Fish, and then executing the pinfall victory. There you see in the replay. Okay, he rolls him up, and then it was over as Kalisto, unlike his Lucha Dragons partner last week, getting the pinfall victory here tonight. However, you gotta be thinking about the War Raiders and what they're thinking, realizing that Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly couldn't even beat Kalisto and Rey Mysterio in some impressive tag team action. Well, Finn Balor, as you just heard, vowing to make Seth Rollins lose to him at No Mercy in that Iron Man match for the Universal Championship, a match that I can't wait to watch. Okay, in my opinion, those two men stole the show at Money in the Bank, and that's including the Money in the Bank ladder matches, which in my opinion were pretty freaking outstanding to watch. And speaking of those Money in the Bank ladder matches, we get into some women's action as Shayna Baszler, one of the competitors in that women's Money in the Bank ladder matchup, is set for action against Dakota Kai. Now, this little feud that we've been seeing over the past few weeks has grown into something that I can only describe as combustible, okay? Shayna Baszler lost to Dakota Kai a few weeks ago following that said Money in the Bank ladder match. Okay, on Monday Night Raw, Shayna Baszler, she was still looking for a fight even though she was hurt, even though she was put through the steel ladder, okay, in between the ring and the barricade. Okay, it was propped up. Shayna Baszler went crashing through it because of Asuka. However, Shayna Baszler, she said, you know what, no, I want some competition. I want some competition against this woman, Dakota Kai, and that's exactly what she got a few weeks ago. But shockingly enough, it was Dakota Kai who got the victory, perhaps taking advantage of the previously damaged Shayna BASZLER to get the victory. However, Shayna BASZLER showed that she did not like that at all. Okay, she attacked Dakota Kai following her match with Asuka a few weeks ago. So Shayna BASZLER, she's pissed off, she's angry at Dakota Kai, she's pissed off at everything. And she's pissed off that she is not the current Raw Women's Champion. Well, maybe that will all change at No Mercy, because Shayna BASZLER will be facing Asuka at No Mercy for that Raw Women's title. And tonight, Shayna BASZLER is looking to get a big victory heading into that one on Monday Night Raw. And here we go. Oh, with a forearm strike there, Dakota Kai. Oh, she stands. She still stands. And Shayna BASZLER immediately turning it into a striking combination with the knees there. The sharp elbows, the sharp knees on display as Dakota Kai rolls to the outside immediately. Realizing the danger in that situation. Okay, realizing that she was cornered, as now it seems as though she's cornering Shayna BASZLER. Oh, and then she pulls her back into the middle of the ring, as the captain of Team Kick decides to slam down Shayna BASZLER, who doesn't look too good. She looks rocked following that one. As now BASZLER, oh my god. Dakota Kai looking to launch herself off the top turnbuckle into a drop kick. Shayna BASZLER just pushes her face first into the mats and now takes a few seconds to taunt the crowd. Okay, Shayna BASZLER she's very cocky in that ring, but she's also incredibly dangerous. Former SmackDown Women's Champion as Dakota Kai with the boot right to the face. One. No, and only a 1 count there on BASZLER. You gotta be thinking that Asuka is watching this one, as that running knee connects by BASZLER. She could have her here too. No, and only a 2 count. As I was saying, you gotta be thinking that Asuka is watching this one. Okay, she's been in the ring before with Shayna BASZLER a handful of times. As right now, come on, this is disgusting. Really? Shayna BASZLER using those set hands to just try to choke the life out of Dakota Kai there. Oh god, as though she just drops her here tonight on that neck of hers before kicking her in the face. Come on, this is ridiculous. Shayna BASZLER just looking like she's toying with Dakota Kai, trying to choke the life out of her, trying to just disrespectfully kick her in the head, right in the face, wiping her boot off the nose of Dakota, as Dakota Kai, oh, tries to run at her with the running enziguri. However, Shayna BASZLER fires back with the strike. However, it seems as though these two women now in a strike exchange, and now, oh come on, not again. Not again, are you serious? Look at this, look at this. Shayna BASZLER just choking the life out of Dakota Kai there again, and now look at that, just taunting the crowd, saying that she's better than her, what, because of those disgusting acts. As, oh wait a second, it seems as though taking a few seconds to taunt the crowd, that might have just came back to bite her there with that boot to the head. Okay, the kick right to the side of the skull. And it seems as though Dakota Kai, she's not done. She's firing back with the strikes, with the elbows. Those are into the corner there. Speaking of forearm shots there, connecting. Or perhaps even the elbow right to the, oh, forehead, as now a frog splash connecting. Beautifully executed there by Dakota. 2, it could be over here. No, and only a 2 count. Off the middle turnbuckle. Crashing down onto the body, onto the stomach of Shayna BASZLER. As now Dakota Kai with another kick there, and BASZLER just gets up. And now here we go, the captain of Team Kick there with that flamingo kick. Connecting the heel of her boot. Okay, very unique offense by Dakota Kai, of course. As Shayna BASZLER, oh, catches her foot there. Catches her foot, kicks her in the stomach. As BASZLER now the dangerous striker. Oh, it seems as though she's also looking to show the power here tonight with the power on display. Okay, the gut wrench suplex, and then she follows up with another one just because she can. As Dakota Kai is not looking too good. Okay, she's got to be thinking about how to continue that momentum she was just building up for herself. However, it seems as though it's just been halted as Shayna BASZLER, oh, catches her there. She's got her down. She's got her down here, Dakota Kai. She's looking around and she's got no other choice. Shayna BASZLER with the quick succession, kicking her in the stomach, lifting her up into a suplex position, and then decided, you know what, halfway through, I'm going to finish her off with the Kira Fuda clutch. Okay, and there you see right there, bam, locking it in, and after you're locked into that, that's very difficult to get out of. And Dakota Kai, she had no other choice but to tap out. Asuka, wherever you're watching this, just know that this is the woman you're facing at No Mercy. And it seems as though it's a very appropriate name because she is looking to show absolutely no mercy to you. However, following No Mercy on Monday Night Raw next week, we're going to have Rey Mysterio take on Adam Cole, the United States Champion. Of course, the United States title not going to be defended at No Mercy, so next week we're just going to be seeing some one-on-one action between the champ and the living legend, Rey Mysterio. I cannot wait for that one. Well, it seems as though the War Raiders are looking to wage war at No Mercy against the Undisputed Era's Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. And as they just mentioned, Kyle and Fish did just lose to Kalisto and Rey Mysterio, not to put them down, but Kalisto and Rey Mysterio aren't even really a tag team, and yet they did win. Kalisto, Rey Mysterio, they did win against the Undisputed Era's Kyle and Fish. So I don't know. Okay, they're not looking too good going into that tag team matchup. However, right now, it's the main event of the evening. No, I don't think you heard me. It's the main event of the evening, and I am very excited for this one. Okay, I'm even clapping. That's how excited I am. Okay, the match hasn't even started yet. Tommaso Ciampa hasn't even made his way to the ring because we're going to have Seth Rollins versus Tommaso Ciampa. Both men who are fighting at No Mercy. Okay, they're going to have some, what is set to be tremendous singles matches. Okay, of course, it's going to be Tommaso Ciampa taking on AJ Styles in a feud that has just boiled over. And then we're going to be having a Universal Championship match featuring, oh, I don't know, Seth Rollins and Finn Balor in an Iron Man matchup. Okay, I can't express how excited I am for those two fights. And there you see Tommaso Ciampa. Okay, a very vile, a very dangerous and vicious competitor. Okay, he does a lot of cheap shots, sure. However, in that ring, he can back up what he says because he just knows he's that damn good. Okay, love him or hate him, both of these men are the future of the business. They're hungry. They're in the prime of their careers, and they're incredibly athletic in different ways. Okay, Seth is amazing with his groundwork as well as his aerobatic offense. Meanwhile, Tommaso Ciampa is hard-hitting and ruthless. Okay, looking to win by any means necessary. Okay, I mentioned he pulls out some cheap shots sometimes. Can maybe he cheats a bit. However, he is still very ruthless and hungry. Okay, this match is going to be very interesting. Okay, this could main event WrestleMania, but tonight we're getting it as the main event for Monday Night Raw. But that begs the question. Okay, we're not talking about WrestleMania this Sunday. We're talking about No Mercy. Which one of these two men will be heading into No Mercy with a massive main event victory? Well, we're going to find out right now. And here we go, it's the acrobatic Seth Rollins versus the vicious Tommaso Ciampa. Let's get into it. Seems as though we're kicking it off with a forearm strike and following up with another one there. Eye to eye, here we go. Ciampa and Seth trading blows right now as you just saw the chop connecting by Ciampa. And here we go, immediately out of the gate, going with the hard-hitting strikes. No, wait a second. Oh, God, Seth Rollins takes him down. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count. Okay, dropping him on the back of his neck there. Tommaso Ciampa, however, fires back, going after the chest, going after the stomach, with the kicks, with the strikes. And Tommaso Ciampa now goes for a cover of his own. 2. No, and only a 2 count there. Okay, both men have a lot to think about going into this one now. Seth Rollins, he's got to be thinking about how hurt he's going to be going into No Mercy following this one. Okay, he's going into an Iron Man match, a very different situation for him. But Tommaso Ciampa, he's going into some singles competition against one of the best professional wrestlers in the entire world, AJ Styles, as Rollins. Wait a second, Rollins! Throwing caution to the wind, as though he doesn't even have a Universal Championship match this Sunday. He's just fighting, he's just flying through the air. He's like a phoenix right now. And now it looks like he's, looking to burn the momentum of Tommaso Ciampa, heading into No Mercy. Oh my God, tremendous looking discus clothesline there too. No, and only a 2 count. That was a Luke Harper-esque discus clothesline there, knocking Seth Rollins right out of his boots. However, Rollins, he doesn't need his boots for those right hands, for those strikes, for those chops. As Tommaso Ciampa gets thrown to the corner, and then Seth Rollins follows it up with an elbow like a bullet, shooting into the head before flying up. Picture perfect there, 5-star-esque frog splash. 2. No, and only a 2 count there. RVD, wherever he is, Eddie Guerrero, rest his soul, watching this one. Absolutely impressed with Seth Rollins, as right now that knee connects by Rollins. And the cover could be over already. 2. No, and only a 2 count there, out of nowhere, hitting him with the knee, picking him up from the mat, and then hitting him there hard with the knee. Oh God, and speaking of knees, Tommaso Ciampa fires back with one of his own. 2. No, and only a 2 count again. As Tommaso Ciampa now, oh God, goes after the shoulder. Okay, and you gotta be thinking Finn Balor and the rest of the club, wherever they are, alongside AJ Styles, wherever he is, most likely watching this highly impactful and highly interesting main event. As Seth Rollins fires back with the forearm strike as Tommaso Ciampa, however, wait a second, stops him as Rollins, okay, climbs up onto the top turnbuckle. It seems as though that might not have been a good idea for him, as Ciampa, he grabs Seth here, and as they crash down into the mat here on Monday Night Raw, Tommaso Ciampa stares down at Seth in the cover. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count there, following a superplex for the ages. Okay, of course, AJ Styles and Finn Balor, as I was mentioning, most likely watching this one, watching as these two men look to beat the hell out of each other. Oh, wait a second, fairy tale ending. Oh God, no, wait a second, it's not the ending just yet, as Seth Rollins fires back with the clothesline connecting, and Seth now continuing the offense. No, wait a second. Oh God, speaking of finishing maneuvers, the curb stomp there connects, and it could be over. 1, 2. No, and Tommaso Ciampa just barely gets the shoulder up. Seth Rollins slamming Ciampa face first into the mat, into the ground. However, Tommaso Ciampa, he's trying to fire back with those strikes, with those shots. And oh God, there you see Tommaso Ciampa come on with those underhanded tactics that I was mentioning during his entrance. Okay, just pulling on the eye sockets of Seth Rollins. As now, wait a second, he decides to take advantage. Okay, Seth Rollins, I don't even know if he can see right now, but if he could, he'd be looking up at the lights following that suplex. As now Tommaso Ciampa, seems as though he has Seth Rollins geared up for something. As Rollins, he gets up. Oh God, the slap to the chest connects to another one there with the vicious chops by Tommaso Ciampa. The strikes by Ciampa before hitting him there, catching him with the dropkick. However, Seth Rollins, he gets up with a single leg dropkick of his own. Okay, Ciampa not looking too good. Seth Rollins, he's fighting. He's firing back, however, does Tommaso Ciampa. Back and forth strikes, we see these two men go, grabbing him into a German suplex, and it could be over. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count there. Only a 2 count there by Seth. And ladies and gentlemen, the referee watching this one closely as Tommaso Ciampa is viciously striking Rollins. However, Rollins is fighting back. He's firing back with the strikes. Okay, going blow for blow. As now, oh God, wait a second there. Bouncing off the middle rope and connecting with that DDT. As now he grabs Tommaso Ciampa here. A second ripcord knee strike. Connecting is there. You see Ciampa is dead center middle of the ring. Seth Rollins, he could be setting him up here for the finishing touches. Grabs him. Oh God, wait a second. He kicks him in the leg and now takes advantage as he drops him down the fairy tale ending. It's over. 1, 2. No, and this time Seth Rollins kicks out of the fairy tale ending. Okay, we saw Tommaso Ciampa kicking out of the curb stomp as Seth Rollins kicks out of that fairy tale ending face buster. As now Rollins turns Ciampa around. What does he have in mind? Oh, and he hits him there with the elbow strike. As now Seth Rollins, he picks up Ciampa. He's got something in mind. Snap suplex, trying to add more punishment here as both men in this main event with such high octane action. Every maneuver mattering more and more. Both men slowly getting more and more exhausted, and that's not good for Seth Rollins. Okay, he can't be just blowing him out. He can't be just gassing himself up throughout this matchup. Okay, he can't be showing off just how exhausted he can be in one-on-one competition. Okay, he's going to have to be fighting for 30 minutes. As now Tommaso Ciampa, however, he might not be fighting for much longer as he's got him up. What does he have in mind, however? Seth Rollins, he drops him there, and Tommaso Ciampa looks to take advantage. However, Seth Rollins fires back with a chop, and here we go with the strike combination between both men. And oh, wait a second, Tommaso Ciampa gets dropped back first onto the mat. Okay, as Seth Rollins now bouncing him off the ropes. Both men constantly running, constantly hitting hard. Okay, both men, there you see, exhausted as Tommaso Ciampa is not looking good. Oh, wait a second. But Tommaso Ciampa, oh God, sprints into that one. Did not look pretty as now Rollins, here we go, stares at him here. And now, oh God, wait a second. Oh my God. Using the bottom rope. Okay, the throat of Tommaso Ciampa going towards the bottom rope as now Seth Rollins says he's finished. And Tommaso Ciampa stares at him here. Goes, oh my God, goes for that jumping knee, that leaping knee, and it connects. As now Seth Rollins gets up, fires back with a knee of his own. The ripcord knee striking the cover. 1, 2. And it's over. Seth Rollins with the 1, 2, 3, middle of the ring. Okay, both men beating the hell out of each other here. However, Seth Rollins, okay, flying not only to the outside, but flying inside the ring with the frog splash, and of course Tommaso Ciampa's superplex. Okay, Tommaso Ciampa feeling the wrath of a curb stomp, and then following it up with the fairy tale ending, but in the end, okay, a trifecta of ripcord knee strikes alongside that curb stomp earlier in the match, and it was just over. Tommaso Ciampa losing this one. AJ Styles probably has a big old smile across his face. Seth Rollins, if he can do that at No Mercy, well then we might be looking at our next Universal Champion. Thank you all very much for watching this one here tonight. No, wait a second. Oh, come on, really? Well, Seth Rollins now stares at Gallows and Anderson. As now, come on, this is ridiculous. Gallows and Anderson, of course, the two other members of the club. Okay, Finn Balor's lackeys. As now Seth Rollins kicks Gallows in the stomach. As now he throws Carl Anderson out of the ring. And wait a second, he's fighting back here. He's fighting back here as Gallows is starting to fight back now with the strikes in the corner. As now he hits him with the elbow. Carl Anderson is down on the outside as Gallows is not looking too good. Seth Rollins curves up on the big man. Curves up on the big man. Seth Rollins single-handedly taking care of Gallows and Anderson. And Seth Rollins, he's looking amazing here tonight. Oh God, wait a second. Of course, you can't mention the club without mentioning their leader. As Finn Balor, the Universal Champion, gets met with an enziguri there by Seth Rollins. And Rollins, he's fired up. He's feeling the momentum following that massive win here tonight. And now he's beating the hell out of the Universal Champion. Okay, Seth Rollins hits him with the forearm strikes. Oh, however, there you see an elbow strike there by Finn. Oh God, catching him. 1916. Well, Finn Balor and the club lays out Seth Rollins going into Finn's Universal Championship matchup alongside Seth Rollins. It's going to be an Iron Man fight, and I can't wait to see who wins. However, as Finn Balor stands tall, that's going to be the end of this episode here of Monday Night Raw. Thank you very much for watching.